Hey yo, what's up my people? Hey, last week I was telling you guys about just a few of the Old Testament prophecies that Jesus has fulfilled. But however impressed you may be that Jesus fulfilled these prophecies exactly down to the letter, you probably have this thought in the back of your mind that says there's still a good possibility that this is still all just a coincidence. But that is only because you're not understanding just how incredibly unlikely it would be for all these things to happen by coincidence.
Good boy, son.
But to help you better grasp this idea, there was this mathematician named Peter Stoner. And he led a project where he analyzed 8 Old Testament prophecies that Jesus fulfilled to see what the probability would be for anyone to have fulfilled them. He recruited a fellowship of 600 students to help him analyze these prophecies. And they came up with what they described as extremely conservative probabilities for each one of these prophecies to have been fulfilled. So what are the odds that all 8 of these prophecies would be fulfilled by the same person? The answer they gave for that is 1 chance in 100 quadrillion. That's a 1 with 17 zeros after it. So if you really like numbers and probabilities, then like this video.
You're not the boss of me.
And if you don't enjoy all those boring numbers and stuff, then like this video.
You know that's right.
Now, if you're anything like me, you probably heard that as 1 chance in a very big number.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Well, no, actually that's not what we're saying. 100 quadrillion is such a big number, you can't really wrap your head around. So, let me help you get a feel for what that is. Now, if you're saying that it's amazing that something happened, you say it's 1 in a million. So then 1 in 100 million should just be flat out unbelievable, right? Well, 1,000 times 100 million is 100 billion. So how big of a number is 100 billion? 100 billion seconds would be over 3,000 years.
That escalated quickly.
Now, 1,000 times that would be 100 trillion. How big of a number is 100 trillion? If you were to take 100 trillion $1 bills and stack them one on top of the other like that, it would literally reach to the moon and back 14 times.
Alrighty then.
Now, 1,000 times that would be 100 quadrillion. And no, that's not a made-up number.
This is all non-fiction, Jack. Hey, look, you can't make this stuff up.
But 100 quadrillion, that's the number we're talking about here. How big is 100 quadrillion? Let's say you had 100 quadrillion silver dollars and you pour them all into the state of Texas. They would cover the entire state of Texas 2 feet deep.
Now we cover the peanut oil.
So, as long as you have all these coins, let's go ahead and mark one. Now you have one of these coins marked, but you don't know where it is. The odds that the very first coin you pick up is the marked coin is 1 in 100 quadrillion.
Ka-ching!
If you had a machine that spit out one of these coins every second, it would take 3 billion years to go through all the coins. Talk about never gonna happen in a million years. So the question is, at what point do you just say that's impossible? But hold on just a minute. What exactly does this mean if this wasn't all just a coincidence? Well, first off, the very fact that this prophecy exists, if it were true, means that there is an intelligent being who either knows what's going to happen 5 centuries into the future, or he has control over what's going to happen 5 centuries into the future.
Oh, come on, son.
And based on what is said in some of the prophecies, where he promises them a savior and a king worth rejoicing over, we can gather that this being has positive feelings for human beings and has a desire to communicate that. And if this isn't all just a coincidence, it means that these prophecies are true. And by association, the writings associated with them are probably also true. And at the very least, they are inspired by the same things that created these prophecies. And the fact that Jesus fulfilled so many prophecies about the Messiah means that he is the Messiah, which would mean the gospel that he preached was legitimate. So basically, if this isn't all just a coincidence, it would mean that God is real, the Bible isn't just a book of fairy tales, Jesus is the Messiah, and his gospel is the real deal.
Well, I'm talking about.
Now, is this all just a coincidence? There's still a chance, right? Think about this. Would you be willing to trade your entire life savings for one single random Powerball ticket?
Jay broke.
Because the chances are better that you would win the Powerball. The odds of winning the Powerball are 1 in 300 million. You have a 333 million times better chance of winning the Powerball than the likelihood that those 8 prophecies were fulfilled by coincidence. So, what does that mean to you? If you wouldn't risk your life savings on a single chance to win the Powerball, should you base your entire life on the chance that God doesn't exist? Or the chance that Jesus isn't the Messiah who came to save your soul? You're watching Renegades of the Redeemed.